Gervonta Tank Davis, the self-proclaimed face of boxing, says that he is willing to fight Floyd Money Mayweather only if his fight with Jake Paul succeeds. But I believe Tank Davis is looking way too far ahead because he went to a draw with Lamont Roach and he has a rematch with Lamont Roach. Now, before the fight with Lamont Roach, everybody thought that Gervonta Tank Davis was invincible because Tank Davis was knocking everybody out and stopping everybody. He knocked out Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. The only fighters that he was not able to knock out is Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach. But Lamont Roach actually took the aura of invincibility because even though it was a very boring fight and not a lot of action, it was a draw. It was really close. So the rematch with Lamont Roach will answer a lot of questions. Was Gervonta Tank Davis going through some stuff and he did not want to wake up for Lamont Roach? Or has Tank Davis been carefully moved throughout his whole career, giving him specific opponents that's gonna make him look great? Now, I believe Floyd Mayweather will come out of retirement if Gervonta Tank Davis shows exactly the same skills as he did on the first fight with Lamont Roach. Now, if Tank Davis gets another terrible bad performance, I believe Floyd Mayweather will come out of retirement and fight Tank Davis, as I believe any version of Floyd Mayweather will beat that version of Tank Davis. And Floyd Mayweather was one of the best fighters ever to live. I believe the only one better than Floyd Mayweather to me was Sugar Ray Robinson. Not only did Floyd Mayweather retire undefeated, I believe he beat the most champions ever. The only one close to beating that many champions right now is Saul Canelo Alvarez, and that is a good comparison to Floyd Mayweather because he is an active fighter. And might I add, Floyd Mayweather already beat Saul Canelo Alvarez. And I know there's a lot of great fighters out there, but the difference is their performances. Floyd Mayweather hardly ever lost a round. If you fought Floyd Mayweather, it was considered a success just going 12 rounds with him. Most people lost most rounds against Floyd Mayweather. It was also successful if you did not get embarrassed that bad in a round. Some of these commentators used to give courtesy rounds when you fought Floyd. They will say, this round Floyd Mayweather did not beat him up so bad. So by courtesy, they will give the opponent that round, and the opponent would not even win the round. He would just not get embarrassed. But look at Gervonta Tank Davis. He has not really fought that many champions, and when he steps up in opponent competition, he does not look that good. I believe he was losing every single round against Rolly before Rolly got KO'd. Now, I do not believe Gervonta Tank Davis has really good IQ or boxing skills. I just think he has one punch knockout power, and all of the fighters that Tank Davis has fought are nowhere near in the skill level as Floyd Mayweather. So I believe Floyd Mayweather will take Gervonta Tank Davis to school. It would not even be close. And I'm talking about a Floyd Mayweather right now, in his own age right now. I'm talking about Gervonta Tank Davis, the version that fought Lamont Roach. But even the best version of Gervonta Tank Davis could never be the worst version of Floyd Mayweather before he retired. I'm talking about Pretty Boy Floyd. I believe Floyd Mayweather will either TKO or stop Gervonta Tank Davis. And I know Tank Davis does have one punch knockout power, but that's when he's fighting people in his own weight class. I believe Jake El Gallo Paul, I don't care how flush he hits Jake Paul, he will not go down. He might not even make it through Jake Paul. I believe Jake Paul can beat Gervonta Tank Davis because of the size difference. Now, Jake Paul has 100 pounds over Gervonta Tank Davis. If they do fight, what weight class will it be in? They're gonna be at a catch weight, that is for sure, because Tank Davis fights at 135 and Jake Paul has fought at heavyweight and at cruiserweight. Now, when they do fight and they do have a face-off, I can see the only thing when they do the weigh-in, Jake Paul is gonna come skinny as heck and Tank Davis is gonna come fat as heck. Maybe this fight is not so hard to make, but I think the biggest problem in this fight is gonna be the weight agreement. Now, I believe Jake Paul, if he goes down in weight like that, that, he will not be able to fight. I don't even think he could make 175 or 170. I think it's very dangerous to his health to fight like that, even if he's fighting somebody very small. And Tank Davis is probably gonna have to meet him at 170. So you're gonna have to see a Tank Davis that is very fat, not even muscle, because you cannot pack on that much muscle in such a short time. Well, you can, but you're gonna have to use steroids, and the last time I checked, steroids are illegal in boxing. But since Tank Davis is pretty short, all that added weight will hinder his movement, speed, and power. I believe this is gonna be one of the funniest looking fights I have ever seen. I cannot wait for the face-off. Now, Tank Davis is really serious about the Jake Paul fight because we already know the purse guaranteed for Tank Davis. Now that is $40 million guaranteed. We do not know Jake Paul's guarantee yet though, but this fight will be taking place on Netflix. And last time Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson took $20 million guaranteed and Jake Paul took 40. So going by those numbers, if Jake Paul takes double from his opponents, that means Jake Paul will be taking $80 million guaranteed. And I know this is boxing and you get paid what you weigh. I believe Mike Tyson weighs more than Tank Davis, so he might not be able to get those 80 against Tank. But say for some miracle, Gervonta Tank Davis does defeat Jake Paul. This will increase Tank Davis' stock and he could probably ask more against fighting Floyd Mayweather. But that's a very big if, because first he has to fight Lamont Roach, the fighter that took him to a draw, and then he has to fight Jake Paul, somebody that's way bigger than him, and then he has to fight the main boss, Floyd Money Mayweather. So it's not a guarantee that Tank Davis is gonna beat them all. He could probably lose all 3 in a row. But that's all, folks. Remember this, I ain't the biggest, I'm the baddest. And if you wanna hop on your boy, throw $1 at the super thanks. I got a roll. Peace.
I shook up the world! I shook up the world! I shook up the world!